Here on BBC Radio Devon, 103.4 FM this afternoon, and also 95.8 FM in Exeter and East Devon for this one, Freeview Channel 720. And if you're in the UK, it's live on BBC Sounds because it's an FA Cup game. It is Exeter City against Wigan with Andrew Barge and John Ayres.
Yes, good afternoon from St James Park, and you join us at just the right time as the two teams come out onto the pitch as the flag bearers wave their flags, flapping away. The one big surprise this afternoon, for all the weather and bad weather that we've had in the last few days, and I'm amongst those that was secretly wondering if this game might get called off today. We now have clear skies, we have sunshine, we had a rainbow a minute ago. It was a lovely scene here at St James Park. The weather, well, certainly here at the moment, lovely day for football. The pitch is in tremendous condition, I think, considering everything that's been going on weather-wise in this part of the world in the last 48, 72 hours or so. So, you know, I think we're in for a great game of football. Hopefully, Exeter City can banish the thoughts of the league match and the 2-0 defeat from a few weeks ago. But Andrew Barge, this is going to be a very different game, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was great on Tuesday night, wasn't it? Exeter City did run Middlesbrough very, very close. I think ultimately the better team did win on the night, and I think Middlesbrough did deserve their victory. But Exeter City can take a great deal of credit and confidence, I think, out of that performance on Tuesday night, and hopefully they can take that into this game this afternoon. A game which is, on paper, you would say a lot more winnable for Exeter City, particularly if it is similar to that league game where, what was it, 29 shots at Exeter City, dominated possession, but unfortunately lost on that occasion. If they can just be a bit sharper in front of goal, then there's no reason why Exeter City can't be in the tie or the draw for the next round. I
know it's such an old cliche, but this is particularly true in the FA Cup. That first goal is so important. We saw it on Tuesday night, actually. It made such a difference for Exeter to suddenly get their noses in front against Middlesbrough. And again today, an early goal, I'm sure, would make a massive difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it is a cliche, isn't it? Goals change games. And goals for strikers particularly increase their confidence, and Exeter City, particularly their strikers at the moment, are low on confidence, but they don't have the worry of 3 points or dropping 3 points and where are we going to be in the league come 5 o'clock this afternoon. They can just relax a little bit, and there's only bonuses that can come out of this, hopefully, for the Grecians this afternoon, and a place in round 2.
So Mr Hicks has just been chatting to the captain, the referee. Today both players have got into a huddle and are having that chat just before the game gets underway. Exeter 4 changes, as we mentioned earlier. Sinisalo in goal, Jules, Hartridge, Jameson, Sweeney at the back, Wiltshire, Trevitt, Kite, Harper in the middle, Aitchison just in front of them, James Scott as the striker. 4-5-1, unusual formation for Exeter City this afternoon. Wigan playing a 3-4-2-1, a tickling goal, Morrison, Hughes, Clare at the back, Goddo, Adiko, Setagon and Jones in the middle, Asgard up in front of the midfielders with Smith and Humphreys up there as well. So that's how the two sides lining up. Exeter City kicking to the St James Road end. That's from right to left as we look here from our commentary position, and it's the Grecians who will get us underway this afternoon. And standing over the ball for Exeter is Jack Aitchison, who's back in the side this afternoon, and the ball is spun straight back to Sinisalo, who launches it long and came down, and Exeter City have possession. Trevitt tried to squeeze through the gap, couldn't quite do so, but the ball goes out left hand side. Jules waited for it somewhat, and Sessanen slid in there to push it out for a throw. It will be Jules who'll take the throw in for Exeter. 15 yards inside the Wigan half, headed away, comes down towards the centre circle. Sweeney gets there first, but he's obviously back from suspension. He pushes it out to Jules and into Hartridge. Hartridge just knocks it back now. It's Amerson inside his own half, spreads it wide to the far right side. Sweeney up the channel, the ball just knocked inside by Harper. Exeter still have it. Kite down on the touchline, on the halfway line as well, spreads it long back and into Amerson in the middle of his own half. To Hartridge, left-footed, launches it high. Harper on the far side, ball drops beyond him, goes out of play. Throw in to Wigan.
course, with this change in formation as well, it's a good opportunity for Gary Caldwell just to try a few things out as well, see if this formation works better for Exeter City in terms of getting forward and trying to create opportunities and scoring goals.
Tickle, the young goalkeeper, he's come from the youth side at 21, launches it long downfield, and it will drop just on the edge of the penalty area. It's picked up by Sinisalo, out it goes. The ball is at the moment with Exeter, with Amerson. Spread it across the edge of the penalty area to Hartridge, left-footed, swings it forward. It wasn't a good ball. Straight though at the body of Clare. Clare takes it for Wigan. It's come back now to Hughes for Wigan, who's about 15-20 yards inside his own half. He spreads it left out towards Morrison. Morrison out to that left-hand channel. Harper comes up to put them under pressure. They knock it back and they'll play it along the back again. Here's Hughes, another academy player from Wigan, plays it out to the left-hand side in towards Morrison. Wigan just taking a moment, receives it back, Morrison, but down on the floor is Jordan Jones, who took a bit of a tough challenge, but referee's going over. What did you make of that?
Well, it was a robust challenge, wasn't it? But I
love words like robust. We all know what it means.
He's going to be all right. He's a big lad, I think, isn't he, Jordan Jones? He can look after himself.
Hughes spreads it to the right. That's a poor pass from him. It goes out of play, and it'll be a throw into Exeter City. As Jules gets ready to take this throw. About 5 yards inside the Wigan half, he decides to drop it back, finds Hartridge. Hartridge square onto Amerson. Right-footed, all player bore down on him and managed to knock the ball down before he could get it forwards, and cheap place to give it away. And we can get a throw in the shape of Sessanen. No, he's going to leave it to Clare. Former Sheffield Wednesday Charlton man looks around, decides to send the ball back, long back into Hughes. He's put under pressure. The goalkeeper, who's a little bit off balance, Tickle, has to clear his lines, and it goes out for a throw-in near the halfway line. But a little bit of a misunderstanding at the back there at Wigan. But the ball is cleared. Yeah,
it's quite a heavy pass back, wasn't it, by the centre-back for Wigan there. Back to Tickle in goal, but managed to get it away to the halfway line. In the end, it was a decent clearance, because, like you say, he was slightly off balance as he cleared his lines.
Hartridge plays the throw-in, and it's brought down by Wilshire. A bit tough tackle going in on him, though, from Clare. Referee says play on, the ball's out of play. And it will go out, it's going to be a throw. Clare will take it. But, Clare looks around. He's looking for the runner. They're taking his time, deciding where to send it. In the end, it's dropped in towards Sessanen, but there's not a lot he could do. The ball's gone out of play again, but it's come off an extra player. It's still inside the Wigan half. It'll be a throw-in, and it's going to be Clare who's going to take it. Clare drops it shorter this time, receives the ball straight back, and decides to knock it back to Hughes under pressure from Aitchison and Scott, and in the end plays it back to his goalkeeper Tickle, and Tickle left-footed blasts the ball downfield, but it's only as far as Pierce Sweeney, who sends it forward quickly up towards Harper, but Harper couldn't control it, and Wigan have it again back across their back line, and they play it back towards Tickle in the Wigan goal. Clark over on this right side then. Down the channel it goes, up towards Humphreys. Humphreys tries to come inside. Wilshire puts a foot in there and takes the ball off him. Decides to go run on the left-hand channel. He's got past Clare. He drops the ball back. And in the end, it comes off the Wigan player. That's going to be the first corner of the afternoon. A good run from him. And it's created an opportunity for Exeter City.
Yeah, it did really well there, Yannick Wiltshire. You can see he's getting his confidence and getting his fitness in the last few outings that he's had for Exeter City. He did really well there to break up the play. Got down to the byline, just pulled it back. Unfortunately, there was more Wigan defenders back than Exeter City forwards, and in the end cleared behind for a corner just to our left-hand side in front of the small bank of Wigan fans that have made the trip this afternoon.
Sweeney then will take the corner kick for Exeter City. I suspect it's going to be an in-swinger from the way he's lining himself up. Ball swings in, 6-yard line, headed away. Will come down quite a way outside the penalty box. Kite has it, spreads it out to the far side. Kite receives it back, has room down the side of the penalty area, pulls it back. He was trying to get the ball into Wiltshire, but it didn't quite work. Exeter still have the ball though. As Harper's bundled to the ground there needlessly, and that will be a free kick.
Yeah, good early pressure though by Exeter City, and so they've got on the ball spending some time in the Wigan half and trying to get an early goal, which would really settle their nerves. 6 minutes gone.
I've certainly been the most lively. Exeter 0, Wigan 0, and it's going to be Hartridge, I think, who's going to take this free kick. Decides to drop it short into Jules. Back to Hartridge. Hartridge back out to Jules' left-hand side. Jules touches the ball in. Oh, in the end, it didn't quite work out. The referee's given them the throw. I'm surprised at that, but anyway, it comes in. Straight played in neatly into Scott, although Scott couldn't control it well, and the ball has gone out of play for a goal kick.
I thought that was a corner there for Exeter City. I think it's the number 6 that got the last touch, and James Scott agrees with me as well. Not happy about that decision. That looked like a clear corner there for Exeter.
Problem is, I guess, no one's fault, but the linesman's on the other side of the pitch. The referee was kind of angled over there as well, so it wasn't in a place to see it really, I think. But here comes Harper on a run on the right-hand side, just draws it back. Sweeney will receive it on his right foot, sends a neat ball in towards the edge of the penalty area. This is good passing from Exeter. Here's Trevitt. Trevitt tries to get the cross in. Scott was waiting, couldn't quite reach him. Jules gets the header in there quickly, and it's just knocked back. Some good pressure from Exeter. Now it's with Hartridge. Hartridge up towards Jules with a diagonal ball just inside the Wigan half. Jules a bit slow and late on it though. And both Jules, well, tell you what, referees let a lot go these days. As Senonon and Jules went down, but the players continuing. He obviously decided it was 50-50. Aitchison knocks it in quickly. Was Wilshire offside? No, he wasn't. He pulls it back to Kite. Kite just holds it up for Exeter. In towards Jules. Jules, corner of the penalty area. He's got Kite behind him. Decides to send it there. Kite drops it in. Trevitt. Jules. Nice triangle from Exeter. Here's Kite. Pulls it onto his right foot. Drops the ball back in towards Trevitt. Corner of the penalty area. Back out to Kite. Oh. Nice little passing. Do you know, it was a lovely combination, all of that, but in the end they just couldn't make it come to anything.
Oh, some lovely triangles there though for Exeter City with Trevor and Jules and Harry Kite all involved just down this left-hand side, but unfortunately just at the end when they were looking for the killer ball into the penalty area, it just broke down. But great early pressure this by Exeter City.
Kite for Exeter to Jules on the halfway line, just pulls it back in towards Hartridge. Hartridge spreads it square into Amerson. Amerson to the other side this time, out to Sweeney on the touchline. Sweeney pulls it back. Amerson looking around. Exeter just looking to just pick their place and decide where they might want to send it. It's a diagonal long ball out to Wiltshire and finds him. He chests it down. He bursts into the box. Wiltshire shoots onto the near post. There was a hand in there from the goalkeeper. Did he touch it?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did touch it. That's a second corner for Exeter City.
Great play again by Wiltshire, but did he make the right decision? He had options in the box as well, but decided to go it alone. Got him behind the right back very, very easily. Bared down on goal, decided to have a shot. Good smart save in the end by Tickle down to his right hand side, but there were options for Wiltshire if he had just squared it. 3 on rushing Exeter City players, but they have got themselves a corner.
So as Exeter line up for this corner, you've got Sweeney on the ball, you've got one person in the 6-yard box. All the rest of the Exeter players are hanging on the edge of the penalty area. Sweeney. He's also got Vincent Harper short. He decides to send the ball in. It's headed away by Wigan. The loose ball drops to Kite. Kite gets it under control. Hits it, though, straight into the body of Asgard. And it's out for a throw to Exeter on the far side.
I thought Harry Kite played really well on Tuesday night as well. Good to see him back in his more familiar central midfield role, and I think he really excelled alongside Ryan Trevor, who obviously stole all the headlines for Exeter City that night, but played really well, Harry Kite, and he started off again really heavily involved in this game as well so far this afternoon.
So throw into Exeter on the far side. We're coming up to the 10-minute mark. Exeter 0, Wigan 0, although certainly the early pressure has been Exeter's way. We've just got to hold up because Sean Clare is down in that flurry around that corner. So he's going to receive some treatment. Some of the players are going over to get some drinks and the like. So let's have a quick look at the FA Cup this afternoon. Earlier kickoff, Northampton 1, Barrow 3. So they've only got 7 minutes to hold on there at Sixfields. Wimbledon 0, Cheltenham 0, Alfreton 0, Worthing 0, Bolton 0, Solihull Moors 0, Bradford 0. Bradford 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0. Bristol Rovers are leading 1-0 against Whitbury. It's Cambridge 0, Bracknell Town 0. Chesham 0, Maidstone 0. Chester 0, York 0. Curzon 0, remember them. Barnet 0. Doncaster 1, Accrington 0. Eastleigh 0, Borehamwood 0. Hereford 0, Gillingham 0. Lake Norient 1, Carlisle 0. Lincoln Morecambe 0-0. Marine 0, Harrogate Town 1. Newport Oldham is goalless. Notts County 0, Crawley 1. Oxford United 0, Maidenhead United 0. Peterborough 0, Salford 1. Port Vale Burton and Ramsgate Woking are 0-0. Reading 1, MK Dons 0. Scarborough Athletic 0, Forest Green Rovers 0. Shrewsbury 0, Colchester 1. Stevenage 1, Tranmere 0. Stockport County 0, Worksop 0. Sutton 0, AFC Fylde 0. Swindon 0, Aldershot Town 3.
Really?
It's after 12 minutes, is that right? Swindon 0, Aldershot Town 3. After 12 minutes, Yeovil 1, Gateshead 0, Bromley and Blackpool and Mansfield Wrexham are kickoffs later in the day. So that's how the FA Cup stands at the moment. This game is getting back-up time. Yeah, I've just confirmed.
Well, our friend and colleague Vic Morgan will not be a happy chap. He will have undoubtedly gone up to Swindon this afternoon, and he's a big Swindon Town fan, although often spends some time here at St James Park as well when Swindon aren't playing. But he will not be happy at that. That's an unbelievable scoreline, isn't it?
It is. You just sometimes think, no, that can't be right. But then again, Exeter City were 3-0 down at Curzon Ashton, and you thought that couldn't be right either. In the FA Cup many moons ago. What a horrible afternoon that was. Now, here come Wigan on the break. Well intercepted by Peter Sweeney. Delighted to see him back in the side this afternoon. Right-footed ball, launches it out to Wilshire. Perfectly placed to him. Wilshire now will go up against the defender. He comes inside. He's looking for room to shoot. Decides not to in the end. Drops it out back, and then it's into Jules on near the edge of the area. Jules will hold it back. Kite now out towards Aitchison on the left-hand side. There's Trevitt looking to his left. There's a group of players in the middle who he could play it to. He looks for Trevitt, who's got room on this left side of the penalty area. Trevitt will face up towards the defender. Play the ball in, there's Harper! It comes off one of the Wigan players and it goes out for a corner, but that's been Exeter City's best chance so far.
Yeah, he did really well, didn't he, Trevitt? He had a bit of space because number 7, the right back, Sean Clare, was still off the pitch. He had to wait for that obligatory 30 seconds that they have to after receiving treatment to get called back onto the field of play. And Ryan Trevitt very nearly capitalised on that additional space that he had there, got the ball in, and it was Jules who got Harper who got the touch at the end. Not the best of touches, but it was enough to just be tipped around the post, and it is another Exeter City corner.
Sweeney again with a corner. The Exeter players all crowded round the D on the edge of the penalty area, other than one, but he's going to drop it short into Harper. Now it's into Trevitt, who's got room to have a shot. There's the header, there's Hartridge with the header. It came in and off Trevitt, but he just couldn't get it on the target, and it just goes wide of the far post.
Well, the Grecians are utterly dominant at the moment. 13, nearly 14 minutes gone, and it's chance after chance after chance. Surely this isn't going to be a replay of the league game that we saw a couple of weeks ago. Surely Exeter City have to capitalise on this dominance that they're showing in this game and get themselves a goal in front.
I mean, it was clearly a move they worked on in the training ground, but I kind of felt that Trevitt had so much room. Change the plan, have a shot. Yeah. That was my feeling when I watched that, because he did have a lot of room just inside the penalty area. But anyway, it's good to see Exeter putting Wigan under a lot of pressure, and but so far they haven't managed to make it count. A deco, long ball forward. Now this could be dangerous. Minisano has to wake up, come out quickly and be alive to it. I mean, that's the problem when you're a goalkeeper. If nothing's going on for ages, it's easy to feel like, well, there's nothing going on, and suddenly you've got to come alert. But Exeter City will fight for it on this left side. In the end, the challenge was good from Sessenen, and Exeter will get a throw. Jules back to Hartridge. Coming up to the 15-minute mark, still 0-0. And Amerson spreads it to Sweeney. Back to Amerson. To Hartridge. Hartridge left-footed. That wasn't so good that time. He just caught that off the edge of his boot, and it's gone out of play for a throw.
Yeah, you can see the tactic though is to get the ball out wide to Wiltshire, who's had a really big influence on this game so far in this opening 15 minutes or so. And once again there, Hartridge trying to release Wiltshire, but his ball out of the defence was a bit too wild on that occasion.
Yeah, well, the Suriname international has certainly been alive in this game. As the ball is played long, it will be Sweeney who will head it back and away. The challenge for the ball in the middle of the park. In goes Jules from behind, clearly a foul. So, free kick. The referee might have words with Jules over that.
Yeah, a bit of a needless one really, wasn't it, by Zach Jules?
Came in from behind on the Wigan player. It's just over the halfway line.
Seems like the sort of referee that wants to let things go there, doesn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, there was that incident 5 minutes or so ago where you had an Exeter and a Wigan player that were literally pulling at each other and tumbling and scrapping, and he just decided, do you know what, it's 50-50, let them get on with it. Which, well, that wouldn't have happened in days gone by. So, here's Exeter, and, well, Aitchison pulled up there as it was tugged back, and so that's a free kick.
David Perkins not too happy about that. Gary Caldwell's up on the gantry this afternoon after accumulating 3 yellow cards, so he's been banished to the gantry away to our right hand side. So down on the touchline this afternoon is Kevin Nicholson and David Perkins.
It's interesting, I mean, aside from the booking and all that, we know, because we used to commentate from up there, it's a great view up there. It's a view that the manager is not privy to, actually, and so he'll probably realise that he can see so much more during the game up there than he can down on the touchline.
Yeah.
So Wigan will get a throw. It's all just gone a little bit messy for the last couple of minutes. Clare will come up to take the throw, and he drops it long back into Hughes. Hughes, diagonal ball across the park. They've got space on that left-hand side. They flick it forward. This could be tricky. Here comes Goddo, corner of the penalty area, trying to come inside Amerson. He goes down. The referee's not interested, and the ball will be a corner for Wigan as it went down. Went down a bit cheap, Goddo.
Yeah, it was a bit theatrical, wasn't it, really, the way that he went down on that occasion. But they have won themselves a corner. I think that's their first corner so far in this game in front of the Big Bank. And
I think it's fair to say that this referee is consistently lenient in terms of his views of things. I think he's ready to let it go and not just blow the whistle every time someone hits the deck.
And I'd much rather have a referee than that than a finicky one who just blows up for everything. I think Clare, number 7, he had received some treatment. He's down on his haunches again. I think he's going to be struggling, and I think it's going to be an early change at right back for Wigan.
Yeah, there might be a substitution here. It's perhaps worse than he thought. At the moment, Omar Rekik is getting ready. So Sean Clare is coming off, and Omar Rekik, who's on loan from Arsenal, is a centre-back. He's coming on to replace him.
Yeah, I know squad numbers don't mean quite the same that they used to back in the good old days, but number 7 suggests that Clare probably is not a natural right back anyway, so that might be an area where Wigan have struggled so far this season. But bringing in Omar Rekik off the bench, the big centre-back from Arsenal.
So here comes the corner kick from Wigan. It's far post. There's no one there, though. Massively overhit beyond the crowd of players inside the penalty area. It will go out for an Exeter City goal kick, which they take very quickly. They don't wait for the ball to come back. In fact, I don't know if the referee's noticed there's a second ball on the pitch. As the ball is played forward on the far side, and it'll be a throw to Exeter, which Harper races over. But he does take it quickly rather than wait for Sweeney to come. And he's dropped it back into Amerson. To Hartridge, across the back to Jules, out on the left, just inside his own half. Jules up to Wiltshire, inside. This is good play from Exeter. Here comes Aitchison, switches it through. Here's a chance for Trevitt. Trevitt tries to hit one. It hits the arms, I thought, of Charlie Hughes, but the referee has said play on. And now Wigan will try and bring it away in the shape of Asgard. Asgard drops it back into Rekik. Substitute, now it's with Hughes. Hughes out onto the left-hand side this time for Wigan. But they've cheaply given the ball away. This could be an opportunity. Aitchison tried to just squeeze forward, but in the end couldn't quite get past Adika. And Wigan will spread it to the right, and this could be dangerous as Cessna swings the ball in. I mean, they made the run, but there was just no one there.
No, strange decision that, wasn't it, there by Stephen Sessignon. Thought he would have done better. Player of his ability, of course, started at Fulham with his twin brother, his probably more illustrious brother Ryan, who now plays for Spurs in England. But yeah, you'd expect better from Stephen Sessignon in that situation.
So, Sinisalo, the loanee from Villa, hits it out towards Jules. Jules just keeps it in play. Jules, it got a bit tight, but it came off the Wigan foot, and it will be a throw into Exeter City, which Hartridge will take. Hartridge will launch it long. Aitchison tries to intercept. Aitchison gets in there. It's scooped up high into the sky by Morrison. Ball comes down, drops into a crowd of players. Trevitt flicks it to Jules on the left. He immediately knocks it back to Hartridge. Hartridge to Amos, and Exeter just looking for room to have clean possession, although Ameson was being put under pressure by Godot. Exeter have kept possession though, and now they'll come forward in the shape of Kite. Kite keeps his run going. He's gone past one man. He tried to slot it through to Vincent Harper. You could see what he was trying to do there, but the ball was just overplayed. It was too much to expect Harper to run onto it, and it's gathered quickly by Tickle, who sent it out to one of his teammates, and it ends up at the feet of Rekic. To Sessignon.
Yeah, that early tempo that the Grecians were showing has just gone out of their play over the last 5 minutes or so. Certainly Wigan are finding their way back into this game, seeing more of the ball, but good press there by Vincent Harper over on that right-hand side.
Do you know, it might be from watching the Middlesbrough game midweek. Middlesbrough, I thought, were a very, very good side, but Wigan just feel slow. Is it me? Yeah. They just feel slow. I think because Middlesbrough played the ball around so well that, I don't know, but I might regret saying that in a minute. Here comes the run then from Stephen Humphreys, who's tried to burst through two defenders. He's racing forward, but in the end Ameson was there to get it back to Sinisalo, and it's straight down the field, and it's run well by Wilshire, who's been, I think, impressive what I've seen this afternoon. Trevitt knocks it back, and it'll go all the way back to Sinisalo. Yeah, the commentator's curse nearly struck me there.
There is no such thing, you know that, though, don't you, John?
You make an observation and then you make it look completely ridiculous. Ball is played back to Sinisalo.
But no, you're right. I mean, you know, Middlesbrough are probably in a bit of a false situation in terms of where they are in the Championship, but they are a top Championship team as well, and I probably think they will be pushing for the playoffs come the end of the season.
That was a great bit of play by Aitchison there, who was tugged to the ground. The referee was ready to blow up, but because he got back to his feet and ran on with the ball, he let the advantage go. Sadly, as he got up and galloped forward, he kind of then his pass didn't really match the great work he'd just done moments earlier, so Wigan got the ball back. Yeah,
he was trying to release Harper, wasn't he? He was in a good position as well, just got himself in between the full-back and the centre-back, but unfortunately Aitchison's pass just didn't have enough on it.
Right, here's Rekic. Up towards Asgard. Rekic again chips it forward. It's knocked up into the air by Humphreys. The ball comes down, but again Exeter have no real problem just cleaning up and picking up the ball and just taking their time holding on to it. We've passed the midway point in this first half. It's still 0-0, although overall Exeter have had the better of it quite a lot, so we haven't really anything to mark. Although I break off to say that here's Wigan with an opportunity on the edge of the box. They try and Asgard tried to fire one forward, but it also came off the boot of an Exeter defender and just span straight up into the air. Sinisalo collected. Sinisalo seems. There's quite a few people here, but it's a lot quieter than I think normal, because Exeter getting used to sell-out crowds and big crowds, but today, with 3 home matches back-to-back, this seems to have been the one that many fans have perhaps gone, do you know what, we're going to if we're going to miss one of the 3, it might be this one. But Middlesbrough have taken the lead against Plymouth Argyle at home park. Wigan launch a long ball out towards the left-hand side. This could be dangerous. Here comes Jones, he's trying to get past Sweeney, gets the ball in, scooped out by Hartridge. The ball falls out on the far side and will go out for a throw. A good clearance from the Exeter defender, and they take the throw quickly, Wigan. And they pull it back to Hughes inside his own half. Hughes looks around, looks at his options, and plays it to the left again. Inside it comes to Adiko. Now Wigan still trying to build in the middle, but they haven't really gone anywhere with it yet. Now a bit more room on the right. Here's to Rekic. Josh Coburg with a goal for Middlesbrough. As Wigan try and build near the edge of the penalty area. It's fallen in towards Goddo. Goddo spreads it far out towards that left-hand side to Jones. Jones back to Goddo, corner of the penalty area, looking for room to shoot. In the end, decides to lay the ball off on the edge. There's the shot, and Sinisalo tips Smith's shot just over the bar. That's a really good effort from Wigan, and a really good save.
Yeah, certainly Wigan's best move as well. After 25 minutes, they worked the ball really well over from that left-hand side. Got it into Scott Smith, who was very, very central, about 20 yards out from goal. Had a bit of space and time as well and got his shot away, and in the end it was a smart save by Sinisalo to just tip it over the bar. But certainly Wigan's brightest move so far in this first half, and they have won themselves a corner.
Corner kick then, it's their second of the afternoon, the Latics, and they've got their players. Their thing is to have lots of players on the penalty spot. As the ball swings over to the far side again, it's just gone beyond their players, and it rolls out harmlessly for a goal kick. So Sinisalo made a great save there. He came into the junior Grecians, as they all do. So I've brought my son along today, and so we were here quite early, just enjoying the entertainment here. And what a lovely chap he was. Came up, chat to everyone. Here's Rekic.
Yeah, and just before we came on air, Ilmari Niskanen, and of course his Finnish counterpart, he came up as well and was chatting to some of the media guys here from the club as well. And by all accounts, he's a lovely lad as well.
Wigan then have it, left-hand side, and Sweeney. Sweeney brought Goddo tumbling to the ground, and it's going to be a free kick. They don't waste any time though, they get on with it. And here come Wigan again. Hughes with lots of room at the moment. Scott just standing off him. It's played out to Rekic on this right side, up towards Asgard. Asgard inside with the ball to Smith. Asgard. Challenge coming in from Aitchison. Good challenge as well, tough challenge. And Hartridge doubles back as Exeter wins the exchange, and it's sent back to Sinisalo. So he takes a moment, has the ball on the edge of the box, just walking it out at snail's pace, waiting for someone to come to him, and in the end just taps it out towards Hartridge on the left side. Hartridge chips it down the channel. It's headed down. That wasn't, I think, the header that Rekic would have wanted. The ball was aimed towards Wiltshire. The defender got the header, but in the end just pushed it out cheaply for a throw. Here's Trevitt, back to Jules. Jules just came off a Wigan defender. It'll be another extra throw, level with the edge of the penalty area, which Zach Jules is going to take. Jules, short into Aitchison, back to Trevitt. Trevitt back to Hartridge. Hartridge looking around, they've gone right back to the halfway line with it now with Amerson. To Hartridge again forward. Hartridge, no, he pauses for a moment, then looks for the ball to Wiltshire. Challenge goes in on him quickly, but Trevitt mops up the loose ball. Tries to get it down the channel, couldn't quite keep it in play. It's gone out for a throw to Wigan.
Yeah, he was just slightly off balance, wasn't he, there, Ryan Trevitt, when he received that ball, and he tried to get it forward for Aitchison, but unfortunately couldn't keep it in play.
So Rekic will take the throw. Ball into the channel, Hartridge wins it. Wiltshire knocks it down. Aitchison trying to turn, manages to release it through. Here's Scott. Scott couldn't quite get his pass in towards Harper. It's nearly there, but Exeter kept possession. Kite out to Sweeney. Sweeney just pulls it back to Amerson, give him a bit more room to think about what they're doing. Now with Hartridge. Hartridge to Jules on this left-hand side. Back to Hartridge. Hartridge, Amerson, Hartridge again as they just keep the ball across that back line and then knock it forward towards Jules. Back to Hartridge again. Trevitt. Trevitt to Kite. Kite, though, allowed Goddo to come onto him. In the end, he has to play it long back to Sinisalo. And And Hartridge has it now to Aimson. Exeter just playing it slow, taking their time, thinking about who they might try and pick off or where they might try and send the ball. That's a long, huge ball up for Sweeney to chase if he can keep it in. Yeah, oh, he was unlucky. It looked like he was going to do it there, Sweeney. Massive run, but just it got down near the corner flag. He couldn't quite keep the ball in play, and it's gone out for a throw. Yeah,
frustrating because he certainly put the effort in, didn't he, to try and get on the end of that long ball that was played over the top for him, Piers Sweeney, but unable to keep it in play.
Half-hour mark, Exeter 0, Wigan 0. And ball is thrown forwards. Just knocked on. Here's Exeter again. With Trevitt. Harper, his first touch wasn't good. The ball ran beyond him. He's kept hold of it, though, down by the corner flag. He's won it back. He's got two men round him. Over comes the cross from Sweeney. Not really anyone there, though, as it's headed away. Hartridge knocks it down. Jules will have it by the corner of the penalty area. Just getting the ball under control with his back on goal. I thought that was a fair enough challenge, really, from Sennenan. And it's going to be a throw to Exeter.
Yeah, he's taken a knock as well, isn't he, Sessignon, as he went to that challenge with Zach Jules. I think he's going to be okay.
There was nothing in it, but he just got caught. It was an awkward angle, wasn't it? Came down awkwardly.
Yeah, he's the man who's kind of gone into that sort of semi-right back, wing back position since Clare went off as well. So Wigan will be keen that he doesn't go off, because they really will be stretched defensively on this right-hand side.
Hartridge to take the throw for Exeter. Aitchison's in front of him. He drops it short. It lands with Wilshire. Referee spotted something. I didn't see what happened there. It's given something. It's given. Free kick. Didn't see it, if I'm honest. It's right in front of us too. Don't quite know what that was for.
I don't know what it was for either.
Well, we won't knock it. Exeter City free kick. Almost level with the edge of the penalty area. But it's right out on the touchline, though. Referee's drawn his line. Goddo's the only one who's going to stand in the wall. It's not like Sweeney, to be fair, is going to have a shot from there. But it's one for a cross into the box, you would imagine. Sweeney and Harper again hanging around together. Exeter with, well, most of the team in the penalty area waiting. Sweeney to deliver the ball. Sweeney. Aimson in offside position at the moment, as we said. Now the ball is swung in. It's headed away by Wigan. And Kite, who's the lone man back, just gets it under control in the centre circle and sends it long back to Sinisalo. Sinisalo launches another huge ball down the field. Winship couldn't quite reach it, but Harper goes in with Asgard. Referee decides it's come off Harper, and it will be a Wigan throw, which Sessignon comes up to take. Former Fulham man looks around. Of course, Spallett Argyle as well, on loan. Rekic to Hughes. Hughes out towards the left-hand side. Harper's done well. He's won the ball back for Exeter in a useful position, side of the penalty area. Just drops it into Aitchison. It's clawed back, but there wasn't really the players in position to receive that. And in the end, it's a Wigan player mops up. But again, Aitchison charges in to try and win it back for Wigan.
Yeah, he did really well, didn't he, Aitchison? But like you say, just got that ball in, but not enough Exeter players have gambled.
Sweeney tried to flick it forward to Trevitt, didn't quite make its way through, but the half clearance to Aitchison. Aitchison to bundle down. This will be a free kick to the Grecians in a useful position now, side of the penalty area, probably about 12 yards back from the byline. And it'll be Exeter City with a free kick. And Piers Sweeney stands over the ball. Good opportunity this, if he can get a decent delivery into the box. Sweeney for the Grecians. Exeter with everyone up except Kite and Sinisalo. Sweeney, it's going to be on his right foot. Trevitt lurking on the edge of the cross into the box. Up they jump, there's the header, Jules! Great save. And I'll tell you what, the goalkeeper did exceptionally well there. It was right down on the post on the corner. And Jules' header is saved by the keeper. Yeah, it was a lovely ball that was played in as well, and there was Zach Jules arriving late in the penalty area, got really good contact on it as well, headed his ball down
And it was a great save actually by Sam Tickle. Credit to him to get down as smartly as he did, just to claw it away and to keep it in play as well and not push it out for another corner.
Quality header, quality save and quality delivery. Real nice bit of football that from both sides. Here comes Harper. Harper does well, pulls the ball back, sends it in towards Wiltshire, didn't quite make it. Jules fights for the ball, doesn't quite get there, make it though, and the ball falls loose for Wigan. It's inside. Plymouth Argyle have equalised against Middlesbrough. Here's Wiltshire on this left-hand side. Look on his left foot, now on his right, tries to get the ball over. In the end, decides to go for the corner by kicking it off the shins of the defender.
Yep, just up in the tempo again, Exeter City, after a quiet period of 15-20 minutes or so after that bright start, but certainly asking some questions now of this Wigan team. And it's noticeable that Piers Sweeney seems to be on set-piece duty this afternoon.
Well, I've always argued he's our best passer of the ball. People can argue and disagree with me, but I've always thought he's the man for that. I have to laugh. I have to laugh. I was talking about that curse. And from the corner kick, he's not even kept it in play. He's just kicked it straight over the byline, trying to pass it to Harper. That is the commentator's curse at its finest.
Hang up your mic and go home.
You just can't laugh at that. That's hilarious.
Good grief, that is the worst corner
hilarious
kick I think I've ever seen taken by Piers Sweeney.
It's so
Exeter
bad
City's
we're
best
laughing.
passer.
I know. Oh dear. Here come Exeter then. And it's Sweeney. Hang your head in shame for that corner, lad.
Well, he'll be reminded of that for weeks and months to come by his colleagues, I'm sure.
Kite over to this left-hand side, in towards Jules. Jules, forward it goes. Aitchison, they've got some room now, Exeter. That's a great ball into Wiltshire on this left-hand side. Tries to cut inside the penalty area, looks for the shot. There's Harper with the header as the ball was deflected away, but he couldn't keep it down. It goes out for a goal kick.
Again, he's a great outlet this afternoon, isn't he? Wiltshire again on this left-hand side. He's loving it, running at the Wigan defence. On this occasion, he decided to cut inside on his right-hand side, got his shot away. Well blocked in the end by a Wigan defender, just ballooned up, and it was a difficult chance for Vinnie Harper coming in around about the 6-yard box to try and keep his header down, and in the end unable to do that, and that chance went ballooning up over the top of the bar.
Now the ball on this right-hand side now, and it's Sessanon. He's going in, looking to go inside Jules, spreads the ball across the park in towards Humphreys. Humphreys looked like he was lining up the shot, although he's perhaps taken it a bit too far as he's run across the edge of the line of the penalty area. He's pushed it out wide. Now it'll be drawn back into Rekic. The immediate danger's gone. Hughes sends it long over to the far side. Jones is waiting on the touchline, brings it down neatly. Here's Goddo, but Harper charges in. Harper wins it off Goddo, and then Harper goes down. I think Exeter wanted a foul. Referee not interested. Play on. Hughes along the ground in towards Rekic on this right side. Knocks it in towards Smith. Smith beaten off the ball by Wiltshire. Now, what would Scott do? Scott holds it up. Now finds it inside towards Kite. Kite thought about a shot. They did try a shot, but it was a long way out. Came off a body, spun around. Now it's with Asgard for Wigan in the middle. And Adiko will hold it up and play it out to Jones on the left-hand side. Jones for Wigan, looks for Goddo, who makes the run on the left. Amerson and Sweeney chasing him and following him. He tries to go run inside of Amerson. He pulls it back. He sends the cross into the box, away by Trevitt, and it falls and drops to Adiko. But in goes the challenge on Exeter. Trevitt stands brave and puts his body in the way, and Exeter get the ball back. Now it's with Trevitt. Trevitt knocks it forward. Harper, there's a foul. Referee says, he did acknowledge it though, but he said play on, because Exeter have got bodies forward as they come forward on the break. Wiltshire goes to left side. Wiltshire shoots! Ooh. Sadly though, straight at the goalkeeper, but it was an effort and it was on target.
Yeah, great bit of play, and again, well done by the referee as well to allow play on. I wonder whether he's going to book the Wigan player when play does actually stop, because he has spoken to him again. There certainly was a foul as Exeter City broke away on the counter-attack. Wiltshire again doing really well and stinging in the gloves of the Wigan Athletic goalkeeper Sam Tickle.
Well, things have really turned around at home park, having trailed by 1-0. They're leading by 2-1 against Middlesbrough. And Wigan just again composing themselves, knocking the ball around at the back. And Hughes has it. Hughes along the grounds. Asgard. Long diagonal ball back in towards Rekic. Up the channel in towards Sessegnon. Back to Hughes. Hughes back to his keeper. That wasn't the greatest ball. Made Tickle run for it to just keep it inside his penalty area. Now Tickle launches it long. Amerson will be underneath it. Brings it down neatly. And decides, I'm not taking any chances here, as Goddo comes towards him and launches it back to Sinisalo. Sinisalo straight away out towards Hartridge. Hartridge takes a moment. Hartridge looks around, squares the ball off. Amerson back to Hartridge. Hartridge to Kite, to Jules. Jules just pulls it back as Humphreys was there. Back to Hartridge again. Sun coming out again. Long shadows. Amerson, huge ball for aimed at Harper, too strong, goes out of play, throw in.
Well, I think Gary Caldwell will be pretty pleased with the way that his team have played so far in this first half as we edge towards half-time, 41 minutes gone. I think Exeter City have acquitted themselves really well, but yet again it's just that final delivery and of course goals that count.
Free kick Wigan's way. I think Exeter City have been the better side in this first half, but you just know that it only takes a goal, doesn't it? It's 0-0 and Wigan are quite well, they can move forward quickly on the counter, even if you feel that certainly the possession and the general play has been Exeter's way in this match.
Just saw Jimmy Giles away to our right hand side going for his half-time cup of tea, or probably something a little bit stronger, knowing Jimmy.
I know obviously all the great days when he was summarising, but Jimmy, I think he does enjoy now just to relax and enjoy it.
He enjoys the hospitality, I think.
He does, not having to worry about all the stuff that goes with doing this. So here's the ball out towards the right side. Rekic, forward it goes. Oh, Wigan. Was it out of play? It was, yes, the flag is up. And Jules will receive the ball near the halfway line. We've got just over 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining in this first half. Still 0-0. The Grecians have had the better of it, but not done enough to break the deadlock. Amerson just pushes it back to his goalkeeper. Exeter taking their time. Decide to go right with it. Amerson. Long ball down the channel. Harper, hard one for Harper to try and control. And in the end, the defender just plays it back to his goalkeeper. So Wigan now have possession. Rekic on the right, in the right back position. Moves the ball forward then. Drops it to the side for Sessegnon, who then launches it back to his goalkeeper. Both teams being a bit cagey like this, where they'll play it around the back, but not really gambling too much at the moment. Rekic to the right. Humphreys has got a couple of men round him. A little 1-2. Humphreys has received it back. He's trying to go up against Harper as he comes towards the penalty, Hartridge as he comes towards the penalty area. In comes the shot, saved near post by Sinisalo.
He did well there, didn't he, Stephen Humphreys as well. Exeter City seemed a little bit loath to try and put a challenge in on him, and in the end he got his shot away, but comfortable enough for Sinisalo.
Here come Wigan again, corner of the penalty. Oh, they've just given away a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area as Jordan Jones has gone down. And this is a dangerous position just before half-time.
Yeah, right on the edge of that, on the Exeter City penalty area in front of the big bank.
And is Harper being penalised? Referee's making his marks. He's marching out his steps, and this is a dangerous place for a free kick. It's near the corner of the penalty area, definitely within range, definitely within the room to bring it up and down or curl it.
Well, I think you want to keep it low, don't you? He's not going to have enough room to get it back up over the wall and back down again. I think it's right on the edge of the penalty area. I think you want to keep it low and hope that you get a flick off an Exeter City boot, don't you, if you're a Wigan player.
So Exeter City line up their wall. Wigan stand over the ball. Shot is taken.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just wide. Sinisalo had to get down for it, but that was a good effort in the end, just wide of the far post. That's a useful effort.
Yeah, had that been
Stephen
on target,
Humphries.
I think Sinisalo might have been struggling a little bit, but gets away with it. And here comes the board to see how much time we've got added on at the end of this first half. And it is going to be 4 minutes.
So Sinisalo then kicks it up into the Wigan half. Down it comes. Wigan have the ball. And it's Sessegnon. Hartridge and Goddo having a bit of a clatter together. Hartridge keeps to his feet, keeps hold of it though. And now Aitchison does well. But Exeter, in all that melee, they couldn't hold on to it. Here goes Asgard. Bit of arms there and clinging on by Jules. He needs to be careful. But they've given it away cheaply. Now Exeter City can come on the counter as they whip the ball out quickly to Wilshire. Wilshire, as we've been saying, this has been the outlet. He's coming forward on this left-hand side. He's trying to get inside. Slightly over-touched that one. And Exeter keep possession, but it just ran away from him before he could get a shot in or a pass. Now it's with Kite. Aitchison twists and turns. Looks for Trevitt. Back to Aimson. Forward it goes. And here's Hartridge to Aimson out wide. Sweeney with a lot of room. Sweeney with an opportunity to get the ball in. Sends the cross in. Oh, it bounced awkwardly. It came off a Wigan player. That will be Exeter City's 5th corner of the afternoon. Yeah,
and a great opportunity right on the stroke of half-time as well. Just a couple more minutes to go. If Grecians can capitalise on this, it would end a very good first half for Exeter City. Just lacking a goal, but there's an opportunity now, and it's going to be Piers Sweeney again. Can he get it right this time?
That was an awkward ball in from Sweeney. Defenders hate that sort of stuff that bounces in the middle of them, right in front of goal. Sweeney. Step back. Exeter again with most of their players on the edge of the penalty area and around the D. In comes a low pass. Trevitt, edge of the box. Trevitt lays it off. Kite from distance. Too much of a crowd. Now this is bad news for Exeter because the ball's come away and Goddo's making the run. Kite made the challenge. There's a risk here. He could be sent off. He's made the challenge. The referee's decided it's a foul. Goddo was essentially on one-on-one. Now it's going to be interesting to see what the referee decides.
Yeah,
it's a yellow card for Kite. Well, he's lucky.
He had a lot to do there. I mean, it was right on the edge of the centre circle, so I think it would have been very, very harsh to have sent him off in that situation. I understand what you're saying, John, but for me, I think the referee made the right decision there.
He probably felt there were other players around, but it's arguable that was a one-on-one situation. So, yeah.
But unfortunately, it all resulted from Exeter City really kind of fluffing their lines on the set piece that they had down this end as well. It was a training ground routine, but didn't really pay off, and Wigan were very quick to capitalise on it.
Overcommitted. So, ball is chipped in on the edge of the penalty area. Came off arms. That'll be a corner to Wigan if it goes out of play. I thought it was from this distance. I thought it was out originally. It has gone out of play now. That'll be their 3rd corner of the afternoon.
Yeah.
A bit of late pressure from Wigan in the 4 minutes of time allowed for stoppages.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds of those 4 minutes left.
So here's Wigan. They'll pull the ball back. They'll chip the ball into the penalty area. Up, they'll jump for it. Ball falls loose on this side of the penalty area. It comes back into the middle, but in the end it's thumped clear. And it's out for a throw on this near side. So Sessegnon will take the throw. Sessegnon. There's the half-time whistle. Exeter 0, Wigan 0 at half-time, and well, I feel Exeter have had the better of it, but still not quite done enough to score.
No, they've been the better of the two teams. It'll be interesting to see the stats in terms of possession and attempts on goal as well. But Exeter City, pretty good really in most facets of the game in that first half. But it is that final ball, it's that final decision, it's that final execution in and around the Wigan penalty area, which is going to make all the difference this afternoon for Exeter City, and at the moment they're just not getting it quite right. Certainly in terms of Yannick Wiltshire, he's been the best opportunity for Exeter City. He has had a really good opening 45 minutes, been heavily involved on this left-hand side. But he had one or two opportunities where he will feel he should have done better as well. And we've also seen the likes of Aitchison and Harper get involved as well and try and create something for Exeter City. James Scott, really disappointing, hasn't really been involved at all in this game. You thought he would be more involved as being the focal point of the Exeter City attack, but really just struggling at the moment with his game to get involved in matches, and hopefully we'll see something better from him in the second half. It might be that he needs somebody to support him and push somebody a bit more central and push him further forward as well, because he does seem to drop a lot as well, and you know, if you're the centre forward and you're having to drop back to try and find the ball and that as well, it's not ideal for somebody who's probably lacking in confidence as well. But I think Gary Caldwell will be pretty pleased generally with how things are going. Just lacking that vital ingredient, a goal.
Yeah, it has been that finishing touch. We're just looking at the stats. I think Exeter City have had 53% of the possession, most of the shots on and off target, and yeah, just look at these stats actually. They're well, I've been keeping a proper count and they're not right, because with corners, Exeter have had 5 to Wigan's 3. But as it stands though, Exeter City then on level terms with Wigan, and as you say, I think they're going to be pretty pleased with the way they played generally. They've just got to do enough to maybe just make that final touch, get that final chance on goal, but more to come in the second half.
John Akers List Makers.
This place is like Fort Knox. Hand me the stethoscope. I'm going to give this safe a go.
I mean, those aren't the lists. Is that a signed portrait of Benny from Crossroads?
Foolish thieves. You really think I would be so careless with my precious lists? Lists are here, locked inside my mind palace.
The game's up, JV. Leg it.
But the lists.
Run, JV. Forget the list. Save yourself.
John Akers List Makers. There's just no changing those lists. Play along every weekday from 9 on BBC Radio Devon.
James Vickery.
BBC Radio Devon.
Right, we're at half-time in our 3 o'clock games here on BBC Radio Devon. Let's get some detail on what's been going on then at Home Park. Plymouth Argyle against Middlesbrough. Alan Seabrook.
Yeah, Argyle 2, Middlesbrough 1. Really nice first 45 from Argyle that was nearly spoiled by Middlesbrough. Took the lead on 22 minutes. Ball in from the left-hand side. Josh Coburn, who Argyle were pursuing in the summer, getting ahead of his man, although it may have come off an Argyle defender last, and then looped it into the back of the Argyle net for 1-0. At 1-0, Argyle could have fallen a second goal behind if it wasn't for James Michael Cooper. Corner from the right-hand side, dropped onto the right boot of Crooks, fired it through the crowd, and Michael Cooper gathered it nicely. From there, Argyle turned. They levelled things up on 34 minutes. Lovely move, right to left. 4 or 5 players involved as they switched it from that right-hand side across the edge of the area, played it out to the left-hand side. Barley Mumba coming in at pace, opened up his body and smashed it past the goalkeeper. 4 minutes later, it was 2. If you thought the Morgan Whittaker goal last week was good, well, Finn Azaz can do that stuff too. Picked it up, left edge of the penalty area, opened up his body again and curled an absolute rasper into the top right-hand corner. Argyle then with plenty to bite on in this second half. Half-time, it's Argyle 2, Middlesbrough 1.
Thanks very much, Alan Seabrook. So going all right for Argyle at half-time. Not going too badly for Exeter City at home against Wigan, bearing in mind how it went a fortnight ago against Wigan in the league. FA Cup first round at St James Park. Half-time report from John Ayres.
Yeah, half-time, Exeter 0, Wigan 0, and the Grecians have had the balance of play, but it's been so often the case in their matches. It's that final clinical touch, it's that final shot on goal that's just eluding them to break the deadlock and get themselves in front in this match. But they certainly started very brightly, and we saw Trevitt put in a cross on 12 minutes with Harper with a half volley blocked wide. A second later, Trevitt with another cross, Alex Hartridge with a header just wide. You felt he should have done more with that. Wigan, though, showed they still had something about them. them. Scott Smith had a shot just on the edge of the box, which had to be tipped over brilliantly by Sinisalo, but it was still Exeter who were still pushing. We saw Sweeney have a free kick. Zach Jules had a header that produced a great save from Tickle in the Wigan goal, and we also saw a shot from Wildschut straight at the keeper on 39 minutes. Just before half-time, Wigan had a free kick. Humphreys just flashed past the far post, but I think the scariest moment for the Grecians just before half-time, into injury time, Exeter were attacking but gave the ball away cheaply. Goddo was charging forward and had to basically be taken down. It was a yellow card, and Harry Kite, it's one of those where he took one for the team, but we all held our breath as to whether he might be sent off for that one-on-one situation. But it's the FA Cup, it's all to play for. Exeter 0, Wigan 0.
Thank you very much, John. John Ayres at St James Park. A reminder, that game live, because it's an FA Cup game, we can put that game live for you on BBC Sounds, providing you're listening in the UK. So you can get that there, as well as the usual Exeter City frequencies this afternoon. To Plainmoor we go next. Torquay United at home against Bath City. No breakthrough in this one either, Paul Mulhern.
No, there's not been so far, James, but I think anybody of fair mind would probably suggest that Torquay United should be maybe one up. Bath, to be fair, have been fairly impotent today in truth, and have hardly created anything at all. In fact, for the first half hour of the game, it was basically a one-way procession towards their goal. After just 2 minutes, a low stop shot was easily saved as he created space to shoot with his left foot. Weak shot, Bruce saves easily. 7 minutes after that, McGavin picked up an early yellow card for a silly foul, but then just 3 minutes later he contributed quite well as a shot. The ball was laid to him about 25 yards from goal. He struck a beautiful shot, but Bruce got across his goal to turn it round for a corner. Excellent save. Just a minute after that as well, in fact, from the corner the ball broke to Dolan on the edge of the box, and his shot from 20 yards was down the throat, slightly abused, but he did well to get up and tip it over the bar. 25 minutes gone, Stobbs did really well to get down the right hand side, and his low cross looked at giving Brad Ash a tap in at the back post, until Jack Batten, the Bath City central defender, managed to get a block in. Not only blocked the ball but cleared it to safety. Excellent play from Batten. A yellow card from Ash 3 minutes from half time was also deserved, but the best Bath have had to offer all came in the space of a couple of minutes. 37 minutes, a Thomas shot was blocked by Moxie. In truth, it probably wasn't going to try to trouble Lovett in the goal. A few seconds later, Parcell came out of defence and shot over from 25 yards, and then just a minute before the end, a Clark shot deflected for a corner. I think Gary Johnson will be reasonably happy with the performance, but United need a goal to give them that fillip they really need. Half time at Plainmoor, Will James is United 0, Bath City 0.
Thanks very much, Paul Mulhern at Plainmoor. A reminder, all of Devon's top 3 football sides are playing at home today, which doesn't happen that often at all. Right, in the football, we're keeping an eye on what's going on between Bideford and Willand at the Sports Ground. Here's Peter Smith.
Half-time at the Sports Ground, and it's Bideford 0, Willand Rovers 1. Bideford started brightly with Lewis Hill and Finn Roberts causing all sorts of problems for Willand in the first 10 minutes, but it was the visitors who took the lead with a freak goal on 13. Burton's goal kick was flicked on to Ollie Bray, who was pressurising 2 defenders. He got a touch just outside the box, toe-ending the ball, and with the keeper well out of his goal, it bobbled into the net as Adam Seathouse-Evans scrambled across the goal in vain. Since then, it's been end-to-end on a heavy pitch for Willand. Malden had a fierce shot beaten away, and Bray again beat the defenders, but this time the keeper saved with his legs. Bideford's best from Finn Roberts across the goal twice, nobody able to get a touch. Right on half-time, Ryan Turner had a free header to level but put it wide, and Roberts hit the top of the crossbar. Willand hanging on, but they are leading Bideford by 1-0.
Thanks, Peter. We're back with you after 5 for full-time from North Devon Sports Ground. Bideford against Willand. Right, in the rugby today, Plymouth Albion, they're at home against Blackheath. Here's Paddy Marsh.
The half-time score at Brickfields in this National 1 game, Plymouth Albion 14, Blackheath 10. Albion made a bright start and they took the lead in the 13th minute with a catch-and-drive move finished off by prop Ramaz Rukazka, converted from the touchline by fly-half Phil Jones. Blackheath gradually worked their way back into the game, and they levelled matters midway through the half when prop Archie Holland drove over and fly-half Matt Dalrymple converted. Blackheath still Rimple missed a penalty before making no mistake when given another shot at goal, which gave Blackheath the lead. And then in first half injury time, Albion got their noses in front the second time. It was a close-range series of drives, and number 8 Sam Daly went over, with fly-half Jones converting. Half-time, Plymouth Albion 14, Blackheath 10.
Thanks very much, Paddy. OK, let's have a look at latest football scores for you. Premier League, Man U won at Fulham by 1-0, 91st minute goal there from Bruno Fernandes. Brentford won, West Ham 2 at half-time. Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1. Everton lead Brighton at Goodison Park. Manchester City 3-0 up against Bournemouth, and Sheffield United against Wolves is goalless. Championship, Argyle 2-1 up against Middlesbrough. Good first half from the Pilgrims. Birmingham City 1, Ipswich 0. Jay Stansfield on the score sheet there for Wayne Rooney's side. Preston 2, Coventry 1, West Bromwich Albion 1, Hull City 1. All of the other games are currently goalless. In the FA Cup, Barrow have beaten Northampton 3-1 at Sixfields. These are half-time scores for you. AFC Wimbledon 2, Cheltenham 0, Bolton 1, Solihull Moors 0, Bradford 0, Wickham 2, Bristol Rovers 4, Whitby Town 1, Cambridge United 1, Bracknell Town 0, Chesham 0, Maidstone 1, Curzon Ashton 0, Barnet 1, Doncaster 1, Accrington 0, Eastleigh 3, Boreham Wood 1, Hereford 0, Gillingham 1, Leyton Orient 1, Carlisle United 0, Lincoln City against Morecambe 1 apiece, Marine 1, Harrogate 2, Newport County 1, Oldham 0, Notts County 1, Crawley 1, Oxford against Maidenhead, Oxford are 1-0 up, Peterborough 0, Salford 1, Ramsgate 1, Woking 1, Reading against MK Dons 1 each, Scarborough Athletic 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, Shrewsbury against Colchester 1-1, Stevenage 1, Tranmere 1, Stockport 2, Worksop 1, Sutton 0, AFC Fylde 1. Get this, Swindon 0, Aldershot 4. The Shots were 3-0 up within 15 minutes at the county ground, and Yeovil 2, Gateshead 0. Right, if you're listening on the BBC Sport website for this one, so if you're on BBC Sport website, it's back to Plainmoor. Torquay United, they're taking on Bath City. Let's go back to your commentary team at Plainmoor. It is Dave Thomas from the Torbay Weekly, who's alongside Paul Mulhern. Also this afternoon, let's take you back then for second half coverage. Plymouth Argyle at home against Middlesbrough, 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon, across the county on DAB digital radio with Ryan Brunt and Alan Seabrook. And on BBC Sounds, Freeview, county-wide 103.4 FM and 95.8 in Exeter. It's back to St James Park. Exeter City 0, Wigan 0 in the first round of the FA Cup. Let's go back to your commentary team at SJP. It's Andrew Barge and John Ayres.
Yes, welcome back to St James Park. Goalless here between Exeter and Wigan. We were just saying at half-time that really it's a game Exeter should win, but you're not sure they're going to. This could very easily be a draw or a goal that Wigan take on the counter. So the Grecians have got to certainly be alive. It's all about, it's the goal, isn't it? I know it sounds so obvious when you talk about football, but it's all about scoring, and that their passing is good. There's so much that's good about their play. It's just that goal. Where's it coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things that I think probably as soon as they do get a goal, then they probably the shackles will come off and they'll relax and they'll play with a lot more confidence than what they are. But managers will always say, it has become a bit of a cliche, but managers will always tell you that the hardest thing in football is scoring goals, and certainly it's proving that way for Exeter City at the moment. Although maybe Ryan Trevitt will come up with another couple of wonder goals like he did on Tuesday night. You never know.
Well, this is it. I mean, they have been a bit reliant on that, haven't they? I think just recently, I mean, Trevitt has been the person who's been getting the goals, and I just want a little bit more from the people that are right up front who are supposed to be getting them. But I mean, other than that, it's been a pretty good, solid performance, hasn't it? I mean, the way they've played the ball around. Talk a little bit about that moment, though, just before half-time, when Goddo's suddenly away. Harry Kite had to take one for the team. It was nervous, because suddenly you saw just how stretched Exeter were, where they threw so many bodies forward in an attempt to get a goal just before half-time. Yeah,
they had, and to be honest, it was only because they sort of messed up that training ground routine on the free kick that Wigan were able to break as quickly as they did, and they did break very, very rapidly, and like you say, Harry Kite back there doing his defensive duties had to get involved and had to take out the player, the Wigan player, and the referee decided that I think simply because of the distance, it was right on the edge of the centre circle. Had it been closer to the penalty area, I think it would have been a bigger call, certainly for a red card for Harry Kite. But yeah, frustrating really for Exeter City. We're just waiting now at the team. They're just starting to emerge. See if there's going to be any changes. I'm not expecting any changes from Gary Caldwell at half-time, but I'm sure he will have given them his thoughts from viewing the game up on the gantry, as he is this afternoon, after those 3 yellow cards that he's got earlier on in the season, means an automatic ban for him. And he would have given his thoughts and ideas as to how he thinks Exeter City can just make that final difference, that extra 5% in their play to get the goal, which will hopefully take them on to victory.
Well, both sides are back out now. They're just clearing the pitch and getting all the various people off who shouldn't be on it for the actual match. And second half, Exeter kicking towards the big bank, their favoured big bank, and maybe that might help them just have a little bit of that behind, putting a bit of pressure on those Wigan defenders. It'll be the visitors who get us underway in the second half. But Exeter just getting themselves into position, and the referee just checking his officials, making sure everything's okay. I suspect we'll be underway in a few moments' time. It's just getting a little bit colder now as the sun starts to disappear behind the houses. And the referee checks his watch, and we're underway for the second half. And Wigan get us going, and they kick it long down this left-hand side, aims it towards Jones, but Sweeney heads away for the Grecians. The ball comes down, up they jump. It's Kite who knocks it forward. It's flicked up in the air by Asgard, but pushed away by Hartridge of Exeter. Tussle in the centre circle. I think as Wilshire felt he was fouled, the referee agreed, and they get a free kick. It'll be Aimson who stands over the ball. Aimson for Exeter City. Kite just doubling back. Aimson. What's he going to do with this? Taking a while. I think the referee sort of signals to move on as the ball is played long out towards Harper on this right-hand side. They've done this ball quite a lot, Exeter, today, where they've launched it long towards Harper, but it's not really produced much fruit.
Yeah, he's not the tallest, is he? He's not the most physical either, so it has to be really sort of spot on, that long ball over the top. I remember Exeter City used to do it with when David Wheeler was here. Of course, he was very effective at it, wasn't he? But he had a different physical presence to that of Vinnie Harper.
Sweeney will take the throw for Exeter City. The ball has gone out of play, and he's looking around. He's got Kite square. He's got Aimson behind him. He's got Vinnie Harper up the channel, and Ryan Trevitt runs in as well. But in the end, it goes to Scott. Scott doesn't control it. Goddo plays it back to his goalkeeper. Tickle blasts it straight down to the other end of the pitch. They'll go out for a throw, much to the cheers of the fans on the big bank, as Hartridge then plays it square to Aimson. Aimson back to Hartridge. Hartridge turns and faces. Asgard is coming up to him, but he keeps moving the ball forward, then he just drops it in towards Scott. Aimson, Sweeney, back to Aimson. They have the ball in the middle way in their own half at the moment, Exeter. Now they launch it longer this time, and they make the run. The ball falls into the middle. That's scooped up in the air. Not such a good clearance that from Morrison. In the end, Hughes has to push it away. Exeter still battling for the ball. Aitchison couldn't hold on to it. In goes Zach Jules. Exeter now with it. Aitchison trying to kick it forward, but didn't quite work. And the ball is played left. Run here on this left side, but it'll be Kite who will intercept before Jones could cause any harm. And Venisalo will play it back to Kite. Kite up to Aimson. Aimson looking around, and just again Exeter just taking their time. Moving it around at the back. Hartridge. Wigan slowly moving up on them though. As Hartridge, left-footed forward it goes in towards Kite. Kite runs it to the left. Then he goes across the park. That was good thinking. He found Sweeney with lots of room on the right side. Sweeney's got Harper to his right. He's got Aitchison to his left. He looks to Harper. Harper on the byline. Cruyff turn. Harper shoots. Hits bodies. It's not away yet.
Offside.
Offside. I think against Aitchison.
Yeah, frustrating there. It was a nice ball that was played through though. But Vinnie Harper just deciding to cut in. Maybe he could have gone on the outside, got down to the byline and pulled his ball back, but decided to cut inside, got a shot away, but in the end the move broke down and the Exeter City player straight offside.
Exeter fans trying to put Tickle off as he goes to take this indirect free kick. And a ball is launched downfield and it will come down. Amerson gets the header. Amerson, second time, tries to just push it forward. Bit of a tussle in the end. It's Wigan who pick up the loose ball as Reckitt knocks it to the right. They try and come inside with it, although they're giving it away cheaply. Now here's Aitchison. Can Exeter City do something on the counter-attack? Aitchison, left-hand side, he's got two players around him. He's got away from them. He's got lots of room. This is a good run from Aitchison. Coming in on the diagonal towards the edge of the box. Aitchison, where's he going to go? In the end, he ran out of steam and didn't get the shot away when he had the chance. The ball falls loose. Will Harper get in and win it for Exeter? Yes, he does. Harper does well. Try it well. He looked to knock it square. Now it's with Trevitt. Trevitt back out wide. It's left for Sweeney. Sweeney down near the corner flag. Low ball in Trevitt. Trevitt draws it back. Where will it drop? Kite couldn't get there in the end, but there's a cheap foul by Aitchison on Asgard, and it will come to nothing. Free kick.
Oh, so frustrating. It was really good build-up play there by Exeter City, initially by Aitchison, and then Trevitt got involved as well, and Sweeney and Harper, the all four Exeter City players all in and around the penalty area, just trying to create that one elusive opportunity. Nearly fell to James Scott, I think it was, who just in the 6-yard box, ball came across, and I think he just fluffed his kick, such as his run of form at the moment. And the opportunity goes begging, but that was better by Exeter City.
You felt something was going to come from that, which is why the foul in the end that ended it all felt so cheap. But here's Hartridge. He's run himself into a bit of trouble there. He had Goddo breathing down his neck, and so in the end he got it back to Sinisalo. Kite for Exeter on this right side. Kite square into Trevitt, who's got a lot more room in the middle. Trevitt running forward, looking around, holds it up for a moment, back to Hartridge. Hartridge on his left foot, out wide to Jules. Jules inside the Wigan half. Jules, low ball, long in for Wilshire to run to. He pulls it back. Scott shoots over the bar from about 6 yards out. That was a great opportunity, a real miss.
Oh dear. Brilliant play again by Wilshire. Got down to the byline, pulled it back left-footed, and there was James Scott rushing in on the 6-yard box, just falling over as he made contact with it. Couldn't keep it down and just ballooned his effort up over the top of the bar into the big bank. Great opportunity there for Exeter City, great opportunity for James Scott, and it's just not coming off for the Grecians.
That should have been a goal. So Harper doing well, skips past one, keeps the run going. He's got room near the edge of the box. He's looking to release it. He finds Jules making the run side of the penalty area. Jules looked to knock it in low, gets a corner kick.
Yeah, good play there by Vinnie Harper, picking up the ball on the edge of the penalty area, having to run really from one side of the penalty area to the other. Then found Zach Jules coming in late, and he got a good challenge in, deflected off the Wigan player, and there's going to be another corner for Exeter City in front of the big bank.
Corner kick then for the Grecians. And, it's going to be Sweeney stands over the ball. Sweeney, an in-swinger. Oh, it's low. It's low. Short one. It's a move on the corner of the penalty box. Trevitt tries to hit one, although he was blocked down before he could really get his foot behind it. The ball knocked on. They have it back out wide again. Sweeney, short ball. This is decent. Kite comes in low, but the goalkeeper Tickle was alive to it and got down quickly to deny.
Yeah, I think it was nearly Hartridge who got in on the end of that one as well. Good play by Exeter City. They're recycling the ball out to Sweeney. Came in from the left-hand side, and Hartridge very nearly getting in on the end of it, but good goalkeeping by Sam Tickle.
Ball is played back for Wigan, and Morrison has it at the moment, playing it around at the back. A Deco, knock it out wide, and they'll bring it forward, and they'll hold it up for a second. Asgard in towards a Deco again. Deco though runs into a bit of trouble with Aitchison and is forced to play the ball back. Wigan hold it up for a minute. Now they have it through the middle. This is dangerous. There's a bit of space here as they try and knock it to the left-hand side. Humphreys wasted an opportunity there. He had room. Potentially he could have tried to pull the trigger. He chose not to. He tried to swing the ball out to the left, but there was no one there. And it's gone out for a throw to Exeter.
Well, it's good to hear the big bank coming alive. They were a bit quiet in the first half, I felt, but certainly they've seen enough encouragement 7 minutes into this second half to raise their voices, hopefully just lift the team a little bit, that extra little bit that they need to find themselves a goal.
Ball is a throw to Exeter. It came off jointly off the boot of Sweeney and Asgard at the same time. The referee's given that one Exeter's way. And Sweeney will get the throw. We've had 9 minutes gone in the second half. Still 0-0. Still waiting for that FA Cup goal to bring this game to life. Sweeney in towards Kite. Kite does well to hold his man off, and Wilshere will try and make the run, but it's held up by Wigan, and in the end Morrison knocks up any danger and pushes it back to Hughes. Ball back across in towards Smith. Long ball launch for Asgard to run onto, but Aimson will get there first. That's a terrible pass back to his goalkeeper, and Wigan will get a corner.
Yeah, got that all wrong, didn't he, Will Aimson? He knew as soon as he released that ball that he wasn't going to go to Sinisalo, and he's put his team under pressure now. It's a needless corner for Wigan Athletic.
You can understand that he doesn't want to play it back to his goalkeeper when his goalkeeper's in front of goal, but he's pushed it to the side, but completely got that wrong. Corner kick, Wigan. Over comes the cross. They've gone long again to the far side. It's headed away by Hartridge. Most of their corners have done that. They've gone right to the far side of the penalty area. Oh, this is dangerous. Hartridge has been beaten. There's a turn, a twist in the box. That's a great challenge from Harper to block. Now, this is cheaply given away by Wigan. What can they do? Aitchison. Oh, he didn't make the best of that to start with. He's still tussling. He's managed to keep possession. He did very well to keep hold of it, because it looked like he was going to lose out there. But Wigan have now won it back. This is dangerous. Goddo, they've got a bit of room, Wigan, now. As they just released the ball, there's going to be a shot. Oh no, they thought about pulling the shot, pulling the trigger, Humphreys. Took too long. Trevitt nicked it off him. And now Trevitt will bring the ball forward for Exeter.
The game's opening up now, isn't it?
Trevitt just to start waiting a moment to give his teammates time to come and join in.
Of course, there will be a replay if this game ends in a draw at the end of 90 plus minutes.
Last thing they'll want is to go up there, though. So, player bundled down, and it's going to be a free kick. Taken quickly. Here's Scott. Scott facing. His ball is intercepted, but Kite gets there quickly. He's found Jules with a bit of room on the edge of the box. Jules lays it wide. Wilshere, side of the penalty area. Wilshere, what's he going to do? He's jinking and turning, looking to try and get past his man Adiko. He's still there with it. Lays it square to Kite. This is good. Trevitt inside the box. Trevitt, can he shoot? He hits him, but again, he's slightly off balance and couldn't really get the power there. And it's straight at Trickle.
Yeah, did all the hard work, didn't he, there? Ryan Trevitt did really well, bursting into that penalty area as well. Got past one man, got his shot away, but just scuffed it, really. No power behind it, and in the end it was a comfortable take for Sam Tickle. But again, much like the start of the first half, Exeter City at the start of the second half really dominating possession, dominating the opportunities, but still just unable to convert one into a goal.
Ball is in the middle now. It's with Trevitt for Exeter City. They've made a mistake here, Wigan. Wilshere does well to skip past his man. He keeps his run going. He's inside the box. Can he pull it back? He can't. He's not going to go out for a corner, though. He holds on to it. He keeps the pressure on. He knocks the ball back into the box, but it didn't land kindly for Exeter. And now Wigan will come on the counter-attack. This could be dangerous, as Kite has to run to try and block down Humphreys. He does so. He's slowed them up. Now Wigan will switch it from one side to the other, and they'll launch it long. It's Jones with a bit of room. Sweeney and Harper there. Jones shoots! It's a save by Sinisalo, but Wigan follow up with Asgard on the rebounds. It's Exeter 0, Wigan 1.
Well, the sucker punch, the thing that we were worried about, and Exeter City, for all their dominance, particularly in the second half and for much of the first half, they haven't converted their opportunities. A breakaway goal, good work down the left-hand side. Piers Sweeney couldn't get the block in as the ball came in, just palmed away by Sinisalo. Good save by him, really, because he was stretching a lot, but it just went into the path of the on-rushing Wigan Athletic player. Easy for him just to put the ball into the back of the net. And now Exeter City, for all their good play, for all their dominance, for all their opportunities that they've created, they find themselves a goal down on the hour mark.
You fear and Exeter fans are going to be fearing right now that maybe we're watching a bit of deja vu.
Yep, very, very similar, and really it's becoming the story of Exeter City's season.
Yeah, that's very disappointing for the Grecians. They find themselves a goal down. Wigan have not been the better side in this game, but now they've got to find something to get that goal now as we get this match back underway. Trevitt to Hartridge, inside to Aimson. You just sense, I think, with the whole goal scoring thing, it's confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one wants to pull the trigger when they're up in the box. The only person who ever really thinks about it is Trevitt.
Yeah.
Hartridge.
I mean, on another day, I feel sorry for Wiltshire if he doesn't get a goal this afternoon, because his players deserved a goal. But yeah, just not clinical enough in front of goal. They really aren't.
Middlesbrough have equalised against Plymouth Argyle. It's now 2-2 at home park. But it's going to be a throw to Wigan.
I mean, they do have options on the bench, of course. They've got Musgrave, who would be the most likely one that you would imagine will come on, probably for James Scott, who again has cut a forlorn figure really up front for Exeter City again this afternoon.
It's all gone a bit scrappy for a minute, hasn't it? I think for a minute Exeter just need to compose themselves. You just sense that their heads are down a little bit after that.
Yeah.
You don't feel they deserve to be a goal down, but they are. And
of course now Wigan have got something to hang on to as well, haven't they? So you can imagine all the tricks, all the time wasting, and just breaking up play, stopping the rhythm of Exeter City. That will come into play now.
Well, the ball has gone through the middle. Jules is taking his time, not realising, I think, maybe that he's got Goddo right on his tail, and Exeter get it away. That came off the Wigan player. That'll be an Exeter City throw. Right back. They want it back, though, not from the halfway line. Sweeney, where he's standing, drops it in quickly in towards Aimson. Aimson square to Hartridge. Hartridge out to Jules on the left-hand side. Forward it goes up to Wiltshire. Wiltshire couldn't control it. The ball goes out of play, and it's a throw to Wigan. Exeter need a quick response, really. I mean, you know, FA Cup, they're not going to want to go up there. They need to win this today, really. Not quite sure why referee
I'm not sure
penalised Wigan there, but he has, and it's
must have been a foul throw.
Aimson for Exeter. Aimson out wide in towards Sweeney. Sweeney to Harper. Harper.
That was a tug.
It looked like it, but he stayed on his feet and he stayed up, and that's it's still nothing going to be given against him. Aimson, that's a good ball. Finds Zach Jules out on that far side, who chests it down. Jules goes bursting forward down on the byline. He's got Goddo with him. He's managed to squeeze inside. There was a tug. There's the ball crossed into the box. They'll get a corner.
Yeah, he's really effective at doing that, isn't he, Zach Jules? He does love to go on those marauding runs. Haven't seen it so much from him in the last 2 or 3 games, but certainly in the earlier part of the season he was really enjoying that role of being able to have the licence to get forward as well, and certainly if Exeter City want to get back into the game, that is one way in which they might be able to do it.
Corner kick then, which Sweeney will take. Sweeney sends the ball in, up they jump. It's a Wigan head away. It falls to the edge of the box. It's brought down by Trevitt. Trevitt hits it. Hits a head or body or something in there. And now Wigan will try and clatter it clear. But the trouble is Exeter City are now stretched. And now they're charging forward. This is dangerous. And they've got Humphreys here inside the box. It's the leg of Harper to deny. And it will go out for a Wigan corner.
Yeah, in the end Harper did well, didn't need to get back. It was noticeable that Harry Kite, backtracking as well, knew that he couldn't put a tackle in because he was on a yellow card, and had to let the Wigan player go. But in the end, good defensive cover there by Vinnie Harper to get the block in. But it is going to be a corner for Wigan, which they are not in any rush, unsurprisingly, to take.
No. So standing over the ball is Jordan Jones, a former Middlesbrough man. Chips the ball into the penalty area, up they jump. It's a Jules header away to scuff it away and go out for a throw on the far side. Throw in Middlesbrough. 63 minutes gone. Exeter 0, Wigan 1. FA Cup game.
Fourth official's got his board out, but I can't see any players down there at the moment. But it suggests that there is going to be a change, and you would imagine it will be an Exeter City change.
Middlesbrough now 3-2 up against Plymouth Argyle. Bit of feels like a rerun of Tuesday night here. Wigan, they still have it inside the box. Asgard shoots! Oh, it's just over the bar.
Yeah, he did really well, didn't he, Asgard? And found himself with a bit of space in the penalty area, and here does come the change, and it is going to be Admiral Musgrave coming on, and he is replacing Zach Jules. That's a bit of a surprise to me, but there we go.
So,
changing formation it will be.
Zach Jules going off then.
Yeah,
so coming on.
I imagine Musgrave's going to go up front alongside James Scott, and we'll just wait to see how that new formation settles down.
I thought Musgrave was good on Tuesday night. I'm surprised he didn't start today.
So Vinnie Harper's gone over onto the left-hand side now. Looks like Exeter gone back to 3 at the back, so deploying wing-backs again.
Ball is dropping in on the edge of the penalty area. The goalkeeper will just come and get it. Musgrave on the right. And ball is blasted by the goalkeeper for Wigan, one end of the pitch to the other. Sinisal overtake it and bowls it out quickly towards Hartridge. Hartridge turns and faces for Exeter. To Kite. To Sweeney. Sweeney. Musgrave. It's going to be an extra throw. Sweeney. Sweeney drops it short in towards Aimson. Aimson square to Hartridge. Hartridge out towards Harper on that left side. Harper back to Hartridge. Exeter don't really have the time to be doing this sort of stuff that they were doing earlier. They're going to have to move it forward a bit quicker. Can't be quite so patient. Sweeney to take the throw in for the Grecians. Ball's out of play. Lobs it long down the channel, but it's headed away by Wigan. Comes down, and Musgrave gets in there straight away to try and win the ball. Good bit of battling from him. Wigan have clattered it back into the Exeter half. Vinnie Harper has to try and chase back to get it. Aimson for Exeter. So he played on the back to Sweeney out on the right. Back to Aimson. Aimson moves the ball forwards, looking for his options. Decides to go to the left to Hartridge. Hartridge back to Aimson. Aimson out to Sweeney on the right side. Sweeney tries to cut it inside. That's a neat little pass in towards Kite. Kite down the channel now, it's to Musgrave. Musgrave couldn't get past his defender, but will get a throw. Sweeney goes over to take it. Sweeney drops it in short to Kite. Kite back to Sweeney on the touchline. Down into the channel for Musgrave. Musgrave looks to get the cross in, does so, headed away by Wigan. That was a better cross from the Grecians. Harper, corner of the penalty area. Along the ground, there's a turn in there from Wiltshire. Couldn't quite turn quickly enough to get a shot in. Pushes it out to Harper. Overcomes the cross. That's a good one. The heads are up for it. Couldn't quite land for Exeter. Wigan have got it half clear. Back into Sweeney. Can they turn and shoot? Aitchison back to Sweeney. That was a poor ball back and allowed Wigan to intercept. They've kept the ball in play, though, the Grecians. Sweeney with a tricky ball in towards the box. It's clattered away. It's out for a throw to the Grecians.
Yeah, good pressure by Exeter.
Musgrave just flicks it up. Aitchison couldn't quite reach it. Harry Kite gets a header down. He's found Sweeney. Down on the side, Sweeney into Kite. In comes the low cross. Too close to the keeper, straight into the body of Tickle.
Better though by Exeter. Good response to the disappointment of going a goal down. But like you say, need to see more of that, John. Need to see that urgency. Looks like there are going to be some changes now for Wigan. They're probably going to go a bit more defensive, hold on to what they've got, or at least try to.
Midway through the second half, Exeter 0, Wigan 1. And it's that goal from Asgard that separates the two sides. There's a long ball forward, which was aimed for Goddo to run onto. Didn't quite make it through. But Wigan still have it in the middle of the park. Exeter give away a free kick. And so, free kick to Wigan.
Yeah, a bit soft that one there by Yannick Wiltshire. starting to look a little bit tired. He's done an awful lot of running in this game for Exeter City.
So, Wigan with it on this left-hand side. Jones, with the assist for the Wigan goal, plays it into the centre circle. And we were talking about it earlier, about this weird game between Swindon and Aldershot. Swindon 0, Aldershot 8. That's the FA Cup for Wigan then with Jones as he plays the ball in, and Vinisalo will clear. But there wasn't a lot of thought with that clearance, and he said sorry to his teammates. He launched it quickly to try and get them moving, but what's happened is he's just basically put it out of play for a throw out on that far side, which will slow things up. It's Exeter need something quickly, try and salvage this. Now we're going to see some Wigan substitutions, as Andrew was saying.
Yeah, Humphreys is coming off, I think, to be replaced by McManaman.
Well, it's Goddo that's coming off to start with, and he's going to be replaced by McManaman.
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought it was 11 at 17.
So former West Bromwich Albion, Sunderland and Luton man. It's his third spell, McManaman at Wigan. The referee, I think, indicating to get on with it and hurry up and make the change, because Goddo's taking his time.
Waiting for Goddo to come off.
He'd been waiting for that line.
I have. I thought I wasn't going to get the opportunity.
Yeah. And we'll be waiting for the game to resume. Referee looks around. And blows his whistle, and Wigan will get this moving again. Comes the throw, it's nodded down. Kite flicks it up into the air. Can Exeter City make something of this? Wigan have got the ball back, and they'll try and bring it forward. There's a bit of room in the middle because they all stepped off a little bit here as it's run forward by Rekic, and he's played it out left to Jones. Jones. It's back to Humphreys. Humphreys. Forward the ball goes. There's lots of tussling as Smith tries to get it forward. Humphreys again. Bit of a nudge there from Amerson. The referee spotted that one. And gives a free kick. But at the moment, you feel like this one's slipping away.
Yeah, still plenty of time. Good 20 minutes or so for Exeter, but certainly just need to lift the tempo again. They have done it in periods and throughout this game, but at the moment you would say Wigan looking relatively comfortable.
Well, that's it. They've taken the sting out of Exeter's tail a bit with that goal. Grecians since then have not really got it going in the way they were earlier. And now it's Sweeney inside. Forward it goes off Kite. That's a nice pass into Aitchison. Oh, that was a nice bit of control from him too, with two players round him, trying to push his way down the channel. He had nowhere to go. I thought he'd got a throw there, although I must admit my view is blocked by the bench, the manager's bench. And it's a throw to Wigan. But we've got 18 minutes to go, and Exeter trailing by a goal still in the cup. In comes the throw. Sweeney heads it back, nodded down by Kite to Hartridge. Hartridge out towards Harper on the left side. Harper decides to take his man on and go on the run. It's out of play. Never sure whether you want to gamble when you're playing in a defensive role like that, in that position, but I know Gary Caldwell did say he would never criticise his players for gambling, but I think he probably meant up the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to do a bit of gambling now in the final 15-20 minutes or so of this game.
Throw into Exeter. And
it's whether they've got the confidence and the belief in themselves at the moment to do that.
Sweeney back to Aimson, to Hartridge, out wide towards Harper, up the channel. Trevitt, it's nice passing. Here's Scott tried to get it through, couldn't quite do so. Here's Trevitt again. Trevitt trying to find some room. In the end, he just ran out of space, and Wigan clatter it away.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite bring it under control, could he? Unfortunately, Trevitt, he never felt like he was in control of the ball as he burst through, trying to bring it down so as he could set himself up for a shot on goal.
Partridge for Exeter.
It's like Chet Diabate's going to be coming on for Exeter City.
To Aimson. Out wide to Sweeney. Sweeney back to Kite. Kite to Aimson. Aimson. Long diagonal ball. It fell somewhere between Wiltshire and Harper. I think both of them thought the other was going to chase the ball. And in the end, it just fell between the two and went out of play for a throw. Now, double substitution for the Grecians. Chet Diabate is coming on. And I think Carl Taylor's coming on as well.
Yeah. And
that's
James
for
Scott.
Sweeney and Scott. I think Sweeney's had a good game, mostly, apart from his bizarre corner kick.
Yeah, I think he's been struggling. I think he's carrying a bit of an injury at the moment, so that might be mindful of that as well, just to give him a bit of protection.
I think Carl Taylor might give Exeter City a little bit of something as they move forward, which has been lacking, hopefully. Throw comes in. Harper nods it forwards. Exeter have it. Trevitt tries to put it in for Wiltshire. Couldn't quite reach it in time, but Wigan half clear. And then they get it away second time up the fields. But it's battled by Hartridge. They've still managed to hold on to the ball. And it's spread out wide in towards Jones. Jones going up against Aimson. Aimson, good tackle. Loose ball though, it drops in towards Sessenham. Challenges flying in, but Exeter just can't get any clean possession at the moment. Sessenham drops it back, and Wigan still have the ball. They put the foot on the ball and have it on the halfway line, and they drop it back. Plymouth Argyle have equalised. It's 3-3 against Middlesbrough at Home Park.
Well, if you're a travelling Middlesbrough fan and you've been down in Devon for the week, you've certainly got your money's worth, haven't you?
Yeah.
In terms of entertainment and goals.
Wigan have just overplayed it slightly at the back. They've hit a long ball out to the side, and it's gone out for a throw. An opportunity now maybe for Exeter to do something. We're into the last 14 minutes of normal time. Harper, they're trailing by a goal till in the FA Cup. Diabate. Ames. Diabate again. Out wide. Into Musquay, to Amerson, back to Diabate. So they're going to have to go a little bit more direct at some point, Exeter, I think. Harper, up to Wiltshire. Back into the middle to Diabate. Diabate brings it forward to the halfway line, in towards Harry Kite. Kite, out wide Musquay. Musquay inside to Trevitt, who's got some room in front of the penalty area. Trevitt decides to go left, looks for Harper. Harper with a bit more space. Wiltshire will make the run into the channel, tries to cut back into the box, he does so, it goes down, but it's far too cheap.
Never a penalty.
And it's never going to be a penalty. In fact, it's so cheap, I fear sometimes the referee might penalise you. Ball's dropped in the box, can Aitchison do something? He shoots! Oh. And it flashes across the face of goal, but it goes past the far post.
Well, they did well. Exeter City kept the ball alive in the penalty area. Fell to Aitchison with his on his left-hand side, and just dragged his shot to the right-hand side of Tickle's post. Unfortunately, the wrong side, as it is for Exeter City, and agonising again for the Grecians.
Double substitution for Wigan coming up. So coming on is Josh McGuinness. And also coming on is Liam Shaw. And we're just waiting for the board, they are going to replace Scott Smith. Oh, I think he's been useful, I'm surprised he's coming off. And the other one, just waiting for a second substitution. Taking their time, Wigan. No hurry. Nope, the referee stopped his watch. So Shaw comes on. And ball is played upfield. Comes down. Loose ball drops to Adiku. He has it again. He sends it across down the back. And now, ball is played back to the goalkeeper. Musgrave chases onto it. It's headed forward again by Diabate. Where will the ball fall? Wigan have it as they play it towards his left-hand side. Wigan hold on to possession at the moment. Hughes was put under pressure by Musgrave, but in the end decides to send it back to his goalkeeper. I expect we'll see a lot more of this now. Again, Wigan play it back to their keeper. And Tickle hits it upfield. Amerson and Jones jump for the ball. Amerson wins the header. He finds Kite. Kite just pulls it back to Diabate. Diabate launches it high up into the sky. It will come down. Oh, it's fallen beyond the defender. Musgrave, if he can get there, in the end. Well, there had to be some frantic defending as Liam Morrison ran across to deny Musgrave. It's gone out for a throw.
Yeah, completely misjudged his header there, didn't he, the Wigan defender?
Amerson. He's not got a lot of options, though. He's got Aitchison in front of him. Diabate's come forward. Now it's with Trevitt. Ball is knocked with some space. Hartridge from distance. Can he hit one? No, he chose not to. It's out wide to Harper. Harper, can he hit one? Harper lets one loose, but straight over the bar.
Over and wide as well there by Harper. Could have done an awful lot better as well. He'd be disappointed with that opportunity inside the final 10 minutes of ordinary time, normal time.
Real lack of confidence in front of goal. Yeah. No one seems to think, oh, do you know what, I'm going to try this, I'm going to have a go. There's a reluctance, and when they do...
Poor execution.
Yeah. Goal kick. We're into the last 10 minutes of normal time. And the ball has gone all the way through. Sometimes feel they need just a little bit of luck now, because it's just not going their way today. Amerson back into Diabate. Amerson. Amerson to Hartridge. Hartridge out wide. Harper back to Sinisalo, to Diabate. Kite pulling it back to Diabate. To Hartridge, out wide to Harper. Harper along the ground, up towards Amerson. Forward it goes. Wilshire tries to flick it in for Trevitt, but couldn't quite find it. Deco picks up the loose ball. He knocks it into the middle. And, bit of confidence there from Morrison. He wasn't in the greatest position. He was surrounded by extra players, but he managed to keep hold of it, and now they're pushing the ball forward down on the right-hand side. They keep the run going. Try and just knock it in towards McGuinness. McGuinness fouls Harper, free kick.
They need to get it forward a lot more quickly. It's all been a little bit too pedestrian by Exeter.
Musgrave to Amerson.
No real response from the Grecians since going a goal behind.
Hartridge.
Lacking any urgency at the moment.
Harper. Back to Hartridge. Hartridge decides he's going to bring it forward now himself, then pushes it back out to Harper on the left. Harper inside to Trevitt. Didn't have a lot of room though, and now Exeter City have lost it cheaply, and now Wigan have got some room and they're trying to get men forwards. Amerson's had to double back. They've spread it far over to the right side. Here come Wigan on that side. There's shots across the box. Vinisalo gets one hand to it. Now can Exeter do something on the counter-attack? Here's Carl Taylor. Taylor just holds it up for a moment. Back into Amerson. Amerson now will bring the ball forward. He's going to push it far out wide to that left-hand side. Now, Wiltshire will make the run to the left side of the penalty area. Wiltshire draws the ball back. Hasn't got it across yet, though. He's played it back to Harry Kite. He's got a bit more room. Forward in towards the edge of the box. Will Aitchison have a go? He tries to shoot. It comes off shins. Now it will drop to Diabate, who's in a very advanced position. Ball is pulled back along the ground. Was someone, well, they're just struggling to just try and get that shot around the edge of the box. And now, with players on the ground, Wigan just keep hold of the ball and they're trying to run it forward, and then in the end, Trevitt makes a needless challenge, and it's going to be a free kick to Wigan while one of their players requires some treatment.
It's a yellow card as well.
Yellow card for Trevitt as well,
yeah. Frustration, I think, as much as anything there by Ryan Trevitt. Good defending, though, by Wigan. Since they've taken the lead, they've been very, very disciplined and kept a good shape. Made it really difficult for Exeter City to break them down.
Exeter, just since that goal's gone in, it's like the confidence is just drained out of the side.
Yeah. They were playing pretty well up until then as well, weren't they? Could argue that the goal was really against the run of play at that stage as well, and Exeter City had been the better of the two teams up until that point, but since going a goal down, like you say, John, it's as if any confidence that Exeter City had really has been drained from them.
Brings to the last six minutes to go. Exeter trailing by 1-0. It's the FA Cup. Could all be over very early for the Grecians if they can't do something here today. Try and turn this around. Sinisalo. Diabate. Diabate forward to Aimson. Diabate brings it forwards. Wide out towards Hartridge on the left. Hartridge, long diagonal ball. I think hoping to find Musgrave, but it's headed away. Wigan have it as they bring it forward up towards the halfway line on the towards the left side this time. Challenge goes in by Aimson, and
it was a silly one by Aimson.
He's frustrated with himself more than anything.
He is. But it was a silly challenge.
He's waving his arms around, but
didn't need to make it, did he?
No.
All it does is just give possession to, or keep possession rather, with Wigan, and just use up some more valuable seconds.
Just over 4 minutes remaining of normal time. Exeter 0, Wigan 1. If the Grecians don't produce something quickly, they're out of the FA Cup. There's a huge difference between this game and Middlesbrough, though.
Yeah.
Huge difference in their style. You kind of felt, I mean, Middlesbrough are a really good side. I don't think Wigan are of the same quality. Exeter just haven't really managed it today. Here's Jones. Jones coming into the box, trying to pull it back past Aimson. Asgard lays it off. Corner of the penalty area. There's the shot. It's looped in. That was a fantastic goal, and that has sealed this cup tie. That was a cracker from Stephen Sessegnon. Exeter 0, Wigan 2.
Well, that probably is it now for the Grecians. 87 minutes gone nearly in this game, but what a wonderful goal to win the tie, if indeed that is what's going to happen. A lovely curling shot by Stephen Sessegnon. Just picked it up midway through the midway in the Exeter half, and just looked up, given far too much space. Looked up, picked his spot, executed it absolutely superbly. Nothing at all that Sinisalo could do. He was just grasping for air, really, as he went across. He wasn't going to get to the ball, and it just nestled in that far right-hand corner. Wonder goal by Stephen Sessegnon. A goal worthy of winning an FA Cup tie. Unfortunately, it's against the Grecians. It's Exeter City 0, Wigan Athletic 2.
The twin brother of Spurs is Ryan Sessegnon, and would it shock you seeing a goal like that? That's his first goal of the season.
I think he has been out injured for a little part of that game, but the season. But yeah, no, absolutely, John. And you know, he's clearly got a lot of quality.
Well, here we are again, same as the league game. Exeter 0, Wigan 2. And here come the Grecians again. Ball is played left side. Wilshire will try and get his crossover. Came off a Wigan player, I thought. No goal kick's been given. 2 minutes remaining. Exeter 0, Wigan 2. I mean, as disappointing as it all is today, there has been a little bit of extra quality today, which has been the difference. Jake Richards has come on
for Harry Kite. So Exeter 0, Wigan 2, and
Wigan will take a goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, today is more disappointing really than Tuesday. I thought Exeter acquitted themselves really well against a superior Middlesbrough team. Like you say, there's not the same level of quality in this Wigan athletic team, but they've done a job on the Grecians.
Here's Asgard, scorer of the first goal. Chips the ball in towards the edge of the penalty area. Jones will pick up the loose ball on this near side. Jones twisting, turning, Wigan playing with confidence now. And Asgard will chase it on the far side. Was that a foul on? No, it's a throw to Wigan. And Harper's thrown it, and he'll just get penalised for that. We're into the last minute. Exeter 0, Wigan 2. And I mean, the sad thing is, no matter what goes up on the board, you just don't sense there's any way back for Exeter. No, they just that first goal really knocked the stuffing out of them, didn't it? And they didn't respond at all. And Wigan have gone on to dominate the match. And that second goal, wonder goal that it was from Sessegnon, really underlines that fact of how dominant Wigan have been and how lacking in confidence Exeter are as soon as they go a goal behind. Here goes Wigan again, edge of the box, shot blocked by Musquet after it's fired towards goal by Sessegnon. Jones. And ball is played back and across the back by Morrison. Morrison forward to Hughes. Wigan still trying to push forward. 5 minutes of time allowed for stoppages. Oh, it's a mistake by Wigan now, and Aitchison has it. Aitchison, well, they couldn't hold on to the ball. He's knocked off it cheaply, and Wigan have it back. Oh, awkward late challenge from Aimson, and that's going to attract the referee's yellow card.
That was a little bit cynical there by Will Aimson.
Just fourth yellow card of the season.
Got a frustrated figure in the last 5-10 minutes, hasn't he?
So, free kick. But, taking their time. Liam Morrison to take. Morrison. Chip the ball over to the far side. It's kicked away by Harper, given away. Here's Wigan again. They might get another shot in here from the edge of the box. They're crowding up. I mean, this is it. We're late in the game and it's Wigan attacking Exeter, not the other way round. Wiltshire brought down. Free kick. And, ball is played across the park. Diabate. Diabate up towards Aitchison. Aitchison forward, Musquet. Knocked back. Diabate. That's a ball that's just sailed way beyond Wiltshire, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do there, Diabate, but unfortunately just put far too much on it. No way that Enoch Wiltshire and those tired legs after all the running that he's done in this 92nd minute of this game was going to get on the end of that one.
Confidence is everything in this game.
Yeah, it really is.
You can just see it. The confidence has just disappeared.
Yeah.
That's why we're talking that you don't feel there's any chance of any kind of fight back here, because they're just heads are down.
Yeah, and up next, a long trip up to Fleetwood, I believe, is next up for Exeter City.
Certainly, I mean, this run of disappointing results is carrying on, and yeah, I think you can feel it today. It's hurt Exeter. Confidence, as soon as they go behind, it's just not really happened for them. So, free kick. Which Wigan will take as they chip the ball forward towards the edge of the box. It's knocked down by McGuinness. Jones has to double back. And ball is played back. And in the end, Morrison back to his goalkeeper. Tickle sends it forwards. Intercepted by Harper. It comes forward. Carl Taylor couldn't reach it. Partridge. Harper. To Diabate. Diabate out wide to the right side. Aimson. Diabate. Diabate taking his time. Hartridge up towards Harper. Ball is out of play again. Exeter throw. Harper takes it. Aimson. Sorry, Trevitt rather. Trevitt to Diabate. Inside the centre circle. Diabate will just move the ball forward. And Diabate.
No options for him.
Trevitt. Hartridge. Hartridge tried to push it through towards Carl Taylor. He'll have a second go. Hartridge making the advance run. Hartridge is the one trying to burst into the box. In the end, the sliding challenge goes in and the ball is away.
Yeah, so too little too late, unfortunately, as we're now in the 5th minute of those 5 allotted additional minutes at the end of this game.
Ball flown in. Referee has told Exeter to get back with their throw. Harper for Exeter, into Diabate. Back to Harper on the left-hand side. Harper forwards, he's found Taylor, up to Wilshire. Ball's knocked into the middle, Muskway. Well, it could have maybe got a touch, but the goalkeeper's gone down on the ball. He'll probably stay down on it now till the whistle, I'd have thought.
Yeah, and that's the kind of ball that we just haven't seen enough of in this game. Get down to the byline, pull it into the players in the 6-yard box for Exeter City. Musgrave just gambled there, got into a good position, unfortunately just couldn't get enough on it, and there we are, full time.
That's the full-time whistle. Exeter City out of this year's FA Cup, losing 2-0 to Wigan, a repeat of the game in the league. I think it's so different from the Middlesbrough game midweek, whereas in the case of Middlesbrough, Exeter City were beaten by a better side. Today you felt that Wigan weren't that great, but once Exeter went a goal down, it just never felt like there was a way back. They'd completely lost their way. The confidence had just dripped away and gone. And in fact, as I look at my notes, even after the goal went in, there's absolutely nothing to mention about Exeter City. Today's attendance 3,512. So you can imagine 3 matches on the bounce at home. People have chosen not to come to this one, and I think quite a few people might probably feel quite glad about that, now the way this one has gone. But very, very disappointing. What's he going to do to arrest this problem with goal scoring?
Very, very difficult, isn't it? It's so much of it, like you say, is down to confidence, and Exeter City really are lacking in confidence at the moment. And how do you break it? I don't know. It's really tough. I mean, you know, we've got the rest of this month and December before they can do anything in the transfer market. Maybe they've got somebody lined up, a striker or two to come in. I did always feel that the striking department was light, and that was even before Sam Nombe left for Rotherham, which they knew was always on the cards that he was likely to go. I thought that we were a striker light at that point, and we weren't really able to get any ideal, adequate replacements in. I think Wiltshire is becoming better as a player, but he doesn't look like a prolific goal scorer to me. Aitchison, nice and tidy, good to see him back in the team again this afternoon, but has never really been prolific. Dion Rankin we got coming back from Chelsea, maybe he can create a spark, but he's only a young lad and it's an awful lot of pressure to put on him. So it's really tough to see where the goals are going to come from.
So it finishes here, Exeter City 0, Wigan 2. The first goal was on 57 minutes. Jones sends in the initial shot, saved by Sinisalo. Asgard is there to follow up on the rebound to put Wigan in front. The Grecians couldn't really respond. And then late in the game, Stephen Sessanon with a great shot to win the tie for Wigan.